Okay, welcome to another Vintage League here. Today we're playing Countervine. A couple of little changes. So, start just by saying Countervine lines up nicely according to the data. There's a tracking dashboard thing with matchups in the Vintage Discord if you want to take a look at that. And since the printing of stock up, if you look at Lurrus PO there, not just the Unlucky Monkey version, but just in one with blue black, and there's a couple other variations of it, Lurrus PO floating around, but generally the idea is the Lurrus PO stock up deck. You look at those together, Countervine is actually the best matchup against that deck, and that deck is incredible right now, and I think pretty clearly the best deck. Unlucky Monkey themselves has won an insane amount of challenges, like 5 or 6 now in the last month, with a couple of other top 4s. That's just completely crazy. Deck's absurdly strong, but this deck does actually line up well against that. So we're going to give this a whirl. Now, there's some big caveats here. This deck has a 24%, according to the same data when I looked last week, 24% win rate against the Esper Lurrus control deck, which is still a very top deck in the meta, and it has an abysmal matchup against blue-black Lurrus controls. Having these really abysmal matchups against some of the top decks in the format is not good, and it still isn't like amazing against mono-white initiative or oath and things like that. It still has trouble against those matchups, so I don't think the deck's actually well positioned, but I think it's good enough for a fun league here. I would not recommend playing this in a challenge. I definitely would not recommend playing Countervine in any sort of bigger events, because you will run into Lurrus control, and you will be heavily unfavored. But what we're going to do here today is, for mono white initiative and the Lurrus control works deck, we're going to try and play a kind of a different setup here. We're not going to try and attack the mana game 1, or at all really. We cut 4 wastelands and strip mines from the deck, and we cut the 4 Force of Vigors. The 4 Force of Vigors probably should be on the sideboard, but I kind of just want to try it without. We're just pretty dead to Leyline, but there's so much Lurrus running around, we're just going to give it a whirl to try and dodge Leyline. But, really you should just have the Force of Vigors in the sideboard for, cutting stuff for that. But the idea here is, these can blow up Orcs, they can blow up Archon of Myriad, other creatures in mono white initiative, they can blow up basically that, the creatures in the creature decks. So we're going to give this a whirl, because most of the deck already lines up pretty well against the PO and Doomsday decks of the format. We're going to try and play just a lot of main deck removal. That's sort of our little tweak here. I don't play this deck. I don't think I've ever played Countervine on my channel before. I played Aggrovine, which is pretty fun. But Countervine, since you're not playing any lands, or, in the stock version you're playing 4 wastelands and a strip mine, there's not really a lot of options for what you can do. Where the Vine decks start to interest me is when you add lands to them, and then you can kind of play lots of different things, really, in Bazaar decks. But without lands, you've got Dredge and Countervine, which are the 2 best decks, and they're pretty stock, and there's really not a lot of room to change things around. You've got the best free spells, and then you play those. So they're not particularly interesting to me. If you watch any other videos on this channel or follow for a bit, you can know that I just play my own little brews kind of thing here. So if I can't really mess with and tinker with the deck, it's not going to really interest me. So Countervine and Dredge are not things I really gravitate towards, but Countervine is in a very interesting place right now, so I kind of wanted to give it a whirl. And this is sort of our little spin on it, what we're trying. So give it a like and a subscribe if you can. That's all appreciated. And if you got any ideas, put them down below, especially for as we come up to Final Fantasy, I think next week. I'm going to look to play some of those decks as I can get some of those cards. If you have any cards you want to see your strategies and decks, let me know. Can't guarantee anything. I just kind of buy my cards, and I have had some offers from various people to help rent stuff for me, but I just play a league over a couple days usually, and just kind of at my own pace, and just frankly, don't really want to try and coordinate and stuff like that for my tiny little channel here. So I'm just gonna play what I've got. But again, if you do have ideas, I will look into them, and if I have, the cards are reasonably priced on Magic Online, I'll probably pick some up and try something out. And in the supporting cast of the cards, of course, if I have them. But yeah, that's fine. I guess we'll go over the deck a little bit. So if you haven't, probably should have done it in the very beginning. If you haven't seen Countervine before, if you're not, a vintage fanatic, you just use the Bazaar to draw 2 cards, discard 3, and then you play your stuff for free. So like Vengevine, you want in the yard. Then the Blazing Rootwallas, the Basking Rootwallas, you play for free off of discarding them from Bazaar. Once you've discarded 3 cards, your hollow ones are free. The Squees and the Master of Death go to the graveyard, and then they return in your upkeep. So then, with one of these, this is, effectively just a loot. Becomes draw 2, discard 2. Once you have multiple of these, this actually turns into card advantage, which is really how this deck gets broken. 2 of these, in any combination, plus Bazaar, you actually gain cards while drawing a ton, and looting a ton, so it's very good. Noxious is to put mostly Bazaar back on top of your library if it gets wastelanded, but can also kind of time walk an opponent by putting a garbage card on top of their library. We're playing the full suite of, free interaction here. Got the 4th trap in the sideboard. And this is to remove creatures, obviously, and plus freeze a creature, so it can be your 2nd creature to trigger Vengevine. And then Serum Powder helps you find Bazaar. You have to multi-Bazaar with this deck. You have to. You cannot keep a hand without Bazaar. So this helps you get there. Sideboards for Dredge and Wasteland and Orcs and stuff. And again, there probably should be Force of Vigors in here, but I don't have them. And I just wanted to try it like this for a minute. Alright, I'll see you in round 1. Alright, here we go. We can keep that. We're against Lurrus, just don't know what flavor yet. Okay. So we'll activate our Bazaar. I think I want to get some stuff into play. So 1, 2, we don't have any Vengevines yet, so we'll do these 3. And we'll cast our hollow one. The 2nd Master we'll use as a Force of Will card. Okay. That could be Bowmasters. Let's see if they've got an Orc. No. 1, 2, 3. We'll attack. This might be too conservative, but I kind of want the Wallas for a Vengevine. Not sure if they're 1 damage attacking by itself is super relevant. Okay. We'll let that go then. Sol Ring's fine. Time Walk, huh? I think we just want to try and not let them do stuff. Alright. So do we want to put something on top of their library, like a red elemental blast maybe? Or just like a Force of Will? I think this is the second card, right? So they don't want this card, actually. I think it's okay. I think next turn maybe there's a case for it. This is their second Brainstorm card. Yes. Yes. See, we got a Vengevine. No Vengevine. I think we just start deploying these. We'll attack with all of them. Yep. And then our upkeep. Let's put the Force of Will on top. Don't want them drawing something good. Okay. They got some big constructs. And we got there. Alright, next game. I don't think we need all of this hate here. I think we'll take out the Furies. I think we can put in, assuming they're on Breach, I assume Breach. Maybe 3 Rav Traps. Something like this. I think they're on the Breach deck. You want a couple of these for Lurrus or other creatures if they have them, but we can powder this one. Powder. Keep. Okay. Fine. So 1, 2. I don't think we need the second Rav Trap. Cast. Done. Cast. Alright. Let's see what they got for us now. They didn't orc us. I don't think they've got orcs there. Ooh. That's a problem. Let's just pass here. Stock up. Let that go. One, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Yeah. We're just going to concede there. Take a mulligan. Oh boy. Take a mulligan. Keep. Put the Pyrokinesis back. And maybe the trap. One, 2, 3. Done. Alright, let's see what they got for us. Island. Sure. That's fine. Yes. One, 2, 3. I don't think this will do anything right now, so I'm just going to let this go. Okay. Do they want to crack it? What you doing? Ancient Grudge. I think that's okay. Cracking that. Do we want a snacker? I think we'd have to activate both for a snacker, which means we would punt our whole hand. I don't think we really want that. One, 2, 3. Cast. Alright. Tormod's Crypt. Okay. Mox Jet, sure. Mox Sapphire, fine. How badly do they want our sneaky snacker gun? Okay. Maybe we should have kept our Force of Will. Do they want to blow up Sneaky Snackers? Sure. Cast. 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 Just dump some cards into our graveyard. Oh, we should have done this first. Alright, well. We didn't. And we're probably dead. Ah, we're dead. Alright, here we go. Play. Keep. So 1, 2. I don't. We have the 2 hollow ones, so we don't even really need the. We don't even really need the other creatures there. Alright, so let's see what they got here. Volcanic, spell 1, spell 2. Spell 3. Alright, so they're on the probably the Unlucky Monkey 4-color PO thingy, I expect. We're gonna board in another Mindbreak Trap. We'll take out a Fury. I think that's all we really want to do here. Can't keep this one. We will keep this. The powder on the bottom. One. Thunder Trap. Two. Trap the tutor. Yeah, they get that one off of us. That's tough. One. I want to put one snacker into the yard. But we might need the two negations, so I think we go like this. We play the hollow one. And then we'll two. Vexing Bubble. Alright, so we have to try and counter that. Alright, well now I wish I would have pitched the other guy. One, two, and then this will just get countered, but okay. Red. Alright. Definitely would like my second sneaky snacker right now. 2, 3. Another Vengevine? No. 1, 2, 3. I don't know, I should have kept that snacker. That was dumb. The snacker could have been a negation in case they needed to crack the bauble. I was don't like how I played that. I should have kept the blue card there. Yeah. Yep. This is why I shouldn't have done this play. No, that doesn't actually matter. They have a Force of Will as well, but this was silly. Stock up. Thunder Trap, it's fine. Ooh, that's a tough one. New. Alright. That's tough. Alright. So 1, 2. I do kind of want the fawn, don't I? I think the fawn's more important than the got a PO here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see what they got for us here. We can try and dig for a trap. That's the only other thing we can do because we're down to one card. We can't use force. They might have had a force, but one card. Now they can get a sword. They usually only play two, but if somehow they've got a third swords in there or something, or a portable hole, I don't know. We might as well try and find a trap. We did not. No, they got another sword. They all. Alright. We have to hope they lose their coin flip now. The only thing we can do they can block Vengevines even if we find Vengevines. We just gotta hope that they lose their coin flip. One, two, three. Okay. I guess if we find 2 more Vengevines, we win. So if we draw exactly 2 Vengevines. We did not draw 2 Vengevines. One, two, I don't know, 3. Alright, please lose your coin flip. Please, please, please. No! Alright. We died. They just have to find a PO. That's it. And that finds a PO. So, we go poof. Unless they do something silly like PO, then replay their mana crypt and pass again. This just grabs a PO, and they bounce all their stuffs. It also lets them bounce Snapcaster, replay it for swords, so they're not going to die to the snacker. Mm-hmm. I'm going to fire this off in F6. Okay. It looks like we get another mana crypt flip to try and win, which is interesting. I'll take it since we should be dead. Lose your flip. Lose your flip. No! Oh, no, here's a flip. No. Wait, what happened to the mana crypt? Oh, they didn't replay the mana crypt as a mana vault. Okay. I thought that was a crypt. Well, yeah, they got the swords their own creature to survive on that, so. Now they just kill us. Alright, try this again. I don't think I really want to change anything. We just run it back. Sure, I guess. So, definitely Vengevine, right? If we put the Master in our graveyard, we can bring it back. But then if we have to use a Force turn 1, we gotta blow both of our forces. I think that's worth it to try and get an advantage here. But if you think that's silly and I should have waited, let me know. This also kind of opens up our stuff to turn 1 graveyard hate. Like that. So we'll try and exile it, see if that works. Does not. Okay. Do they want to blow up to the Soul Guide Lantern? They do. One, two, three. Not sure why we did that. One, two, three. You got it. 2, 3. Then hollow one. Are they considering forcing the hollow one? That would be a good sign for us. Okay. All right. We'll just dump our hand here. Sure. I think we got to play this aggressive. White, blue, Thunder Trap, that's fine. What do they get? Black Lotus. Alright. One, two, three. I think we want to guarantee being able to play 2 creatures, so we're just going to let this one go. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Cast. Countered. 1, 2, 3. Cast. Okay. So we'll attack then. It's fine. We don't actually have any counters here. We can try and dig for one if they blow up the bauble. It's about all we got here. Four PO. PO for 3. Nothing we can do about that one. We should have used the Noxious Revival first. That was stupid. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna try and trap that. Yep, that's fine. Stock up, that's fine. Soul Ring, okay. Sure. GG. Trying to send that. Ah, crap. Alright, we got one. Next round. Alright, here we go again. Run the plate. We will keep that. They don't have a Lurrus, so not sure what they're on. Vengevine. I think we want the snacker in the yard. And then one of these hollow ones, I guess. Maybe we should have kept the Snacker in hand as a blue card. I could be convinced that was a mistake. Underground Sea. Okay. This is looking like Doomsday. If it's Doomsday, I'm thinking we should have put the Snacker in kept the Snacker in our hand here. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we just let that go. Maybe we should have dug for a misstep. We didn't get a Vengevine. A Vengevine is what we really wanted here. Alright, so it looks like it's Doomsday. It could also be like a Tinker deck. So we'll board in the other trap. We will take out a Pyrokinesis. I think we still want the Pyrokinesis. They can bring in like creatures, I guess. The gut shot might be like marginally better in scenarios where they end up at like exactly 1 life. But I think that's rare, and it's would be more common for them to board in some sort of a Pyrokinesis-y creature thing. And that probably means they've got a Leyline. That's not good. That's not good. That's fine. 1 for sure. And I guess the Noxious. Leyline. Yep. That's not good for us. Orchard. Run. Oh, it's Oath. Okay. Interesting. Oh, so we're dead. Cool. Cool. Just want to see what deck they're on, then we can scoop. If they get in the track, so we'll just scoop. Yeah, so... Oh, it's the first card. Alright, so it's just pretty standard. And we'll just scoop to that. That's fine. I don't think we change anything here. They open on Leyline again. We're in trouble. They open on... Yeah, that's about it. Like, we can counter Oath. Leyline, we're just pretty chips, though. Okay, let's see if they got a Leyline. Please keep a no Leyline hand. No. Crap. Alright, Alright, we're in trouble here. One. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Two. Okay. Alright, maybe we just, okay. Okay. Alright, well, they're not going to lose now, so I'm good conceding. Alright, here we go again. Keep it. Oh boy. We're just getting trainered? No. Ugh. Yeah. I don't think we can beat that. I don't think we can beat that. I think we just concede. That was brutal. If we were on the play, that would have, we have 2 hollow ones in play already, we'd be okay. Alright. They look kind of combo-y. And that can actually kill a Lavinia, so let's go with this. Keep. We need to try and draw a creature in one of our top 2 here. Or like a Walla or a hollow one kind of thing. Alright, we got the hollow one. So Vengevine goes in the yard. Walla goes in the yard. And I think we want the double. I think we want the double fauna. Okay. Yes. What did they pitch? Fawn. Okay. I think we are just going to aggressively attack their mana here. Green. Green. Time Walk. I think we go 1, 2, 3. Cast. Cast. And then we can fawn this one. Okay, green, huh? This Oath again? Well, that's Lavinian. Can't be Oath, just white, blue, green. Is it like Nadu? I think it might be Nadu, so I think I am going to put the Pyrokinesis back in and we'll take out one of the traps. Not 100% sure what's going on here. We'll keep. No. Crap. Really wanted to hit a Soul Guide Lantern or something. The Leyline just destroys us. Alright. We gotta try and find hollow ones and Vengevines and crap like that. 1, 2, 3, I guess. Cast. See if they force this. They do. And nothing we can do about that, huh? Ah, shit. That would have been useful a couple turns ago. Riveting gameplay. We've got a 1/1. Yay. Brutal. What the heck is in their hand? We're almost certainly going to lose this one. I'm just going to be painfully slow. Just has to be like a bunch of stock ups, I guess. Or like, I don't even know. Yeah. Did not help us. Unfortunately. Hoping to find anything. I guess we force this. Seeing that's our entire game plan is this stupid Walla. Okay, now we're dead. We tried. Brainstorm. Okay. What is this deck doing? I guess it's naughty, right? 1, 2. Green, green. No. Nadu. Yes. So we have to try and force this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's spell 2, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright, here we go. We will keep this. Let's see what we're up against. Mox. Yep. Ah, shit. Doomsday. Now this is potentially problematic. Turn 1 Doomsday win? No? Okay. I think we just try and grind them out. End step Dark Ritual. Okay. What is going on here? Alright, so we're going to activate Bazaar. So we're going to discard the Walla, the Master, and the Snacker. And we're going to exile our, just to trigger our Vengevine here. Done. I think in our upkeep, we are going to put that dig on top of their library, because the dig isn't particularly good. Unless they do something here. They forcing that? What? No way. Okay. You got it? I'll just let that go. I guess those two cards do absolutely nothing. So if they would have drawn, like, I don't know. Not sure what they could have potentially gotten out of this little jam they're in right now. 1, 2, 3. Cast. All right. Not sure what they name here. I'm curious. Just pretty standard Doomsday. It looks like. Alright. We don't have much to bring in this matchup. We'll bring in the other trap. We will take out one of the Pyrokinesises, but that's about all we got going on here. Well, this game's not going well. Keep. 1, 2. Uh-huh. Yep. One, 2, 3. All right. Yes. Yes. Okay. So Vengevine. Wait, no. We can't trigger the Vengevine, can we? So we go Vengevine, Sneaky Snacker. Well, we can't trigger the Vengevine anyway. We don't have to put it into the yard. So Sneaky Snacker, Goblin. Goblin? Land Doomsday, I'm guessing. Time Walk. Okay. Craps. Yep. I think we go for a force here. I think this means if in our next 3 cards, if we have a creature we can cast for free and another Vengevine, which might not even be possible, which is possible. Alright, we need another creature to cast for free and a Vengevine. That will hit them exactly for 8. Unless they just have a cantrip and they win here. Okay, they got a cantrip and they win here. Cool. Okay, dokie. Maybe we should have looked at their, maybe we should have looked at their, crap, not again. No. Crap. Okay. Alright, well, here goes nothing. Sure. Got a removal spell? I got something. Somewhat tempted to try and put the Force of Will back on top of their library, but I'm not sure if that's a terrible idea or not. Maybe we put the island on top of their library. Maybe it should have been the... Demonic Consultation. You got it. What are you naming? She Oldred? Okay. Alright. We went 2 and 3. We won at least a match. At least a game every match, so that's fine. You know, it's in actual games we went 7 and 8. I can count 7 and 8. So you know, just below 50-50 there. Not terrible. We lost these 2 rounds to Leyline of the Void. We should have Force of Vigor in this deck somewhere. That's needed. put Force of Vigor in your sideboard. Could have probably swung those around a bit. I think I'll play this again with the Force of Vigors in the sideboard. I like the main deck. We didn't play against Mono White Initiative or Lurrus Control. So this portion of the deck, which we're really trying to test, was for, you know, like Bug, Lurrus Control, Mono White Initiative, that kind of thing. So this didn't really come up, but the main deck was pretty good against the combo decks. Like we played Doomsday twice and the 4-color Unlucky Monkey PO deck, and the main deck did pretty well against all those, which is nice. Lost a very close one, round 1 there, game 3, I think, against the Gifts Breach deck. I think there's a world where if I keep the Mindbreak Trap over Hollow One, or if we aggressively force the Grudge, maybe we get that one. But it's close. Not sure if those would have, you know, were more correct at the time, but they're definitely interesting situations there in game 1, you know, round 1, game 3. Then we did beat Doomsday in the Unlucky Monkey PO decks, which is nice, and we lost to, effectively, Leyline of the Void in the other ones. So yeah, so I think this deck, but probably -2 Gut Shot, -2 Rav Trap, put in Force of Vigor, maybe something like that. I don't know. Let me know in your comments here. But I think this is, you know, worth, you know, experimenting with. Yeah, it wasn't bad. All right, see you next time.